Hello, Rixes. Welcome to episode 17 of the WRIGS Podcast, the weekly reflection, introspection, gratitude, and sharing podcast. Big week because I'm recording on a Monday and I did a Sunday last time, I think, so that's 8 days instead of 7. I think moving forward, it won't be on the Sunday night because Formula One is about to start back, so priorities. But let's dive in. We'll see if I keep it on Monday. I probably will. But anyway, let's dive in. Last week we had what we have early in the week was pretty standard. Nothing crazy happened in terms of like my mental health, my mood, etc. One thing I did is I had a chat with my boss regarding some quote-unquote issues that I've had with some of the members, and it's not about them, it's about how I wanted to ask him if he had like advices for me on how to deal with these things, but also like check that the behavior that they have is not just with me, or if it's with other people. Obviously I'm still a fairly new at coaching, and I just feel like some people don't take me seriously. Now, if it was my business, it would be all sorted very quickly, but it's not. So I need to follow. I can't be like, hey, you a dick, or what's going on? I don't know. I can't be too direct, I guess. So I just mentioned it to him, to my boss, just to double check. Like, is it just with me that they behave like that? And if that's the case, it's fine. At least I know, and I can just let them be. But I'm trying really hard to coach and bring value to everyone, and the feedback, maybe not the feedback, the way some people receive it is really not how maybe it should. I don't know. Yeah, it's a hard feeling. It's making me feel like I'm not doing a good job, basically. And so yeah, it's been on my mind for a couple of weeks, 2 to 3 weeks maybe. So I've decided, I've mentioned it, I've brought it up to my boss, and he said he's going to look into it, and maybe thoroughly ask these members what they think of me, and if they have an issue with me, then that's fine. But at least we know, and whether or not my boss actions anything about it, does anything, but that's another story, and it's not even that. I just know that after I've talked to him, I felt good already because I took this out of my chest. So yeah, it was good. I'm glad I've mustered up the courage to talk to him. So yeah, we'll see how that goes for the future. But I'm grateful for what I did, for speaking up, I guess. Also on Sunday evening and Monday evening, I did that off your chest thing again on Instagram, where I gave people the opportunity to share things anonymously and basically get things off their chest, with some insight from me on whatever it is that they were saying. I had done that a month ago, and it got, I don't know, it went a lot further than my expectations. And I guess this time I had a little bit higher expectations in terms of returns and feedback and people sharing their story. And I think it went not as good as last time, which is fine, because at the end of the day, I didn't do that for me and feel great. I did that because I wanted to help people, and if there's not many people that replied, it may mean that people are doing okay, which is good. But then I put a little poll as well, saying, would you follow a page that will do this constantly, and I think there were like 25 people that replied, 24 yes, 1 no. So I'm gonna give it a few weeks again, and then I'll start a different page, and I'll try see if there's a need for that, and see if I can help people doing so. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, it's been in the back of my mind. There's pretty good feedback. Let's give it a go. Help people in a different way. It could be good. I know that a few years back, if I had come across something like this, I would have probably messaged a few times. But yeah, we'll see. So I'm gonna skip now to Wednesday. On Wednesday, I had therapy. We were meant to start an EMDR, but basically we were still sort of setting up, and we talked about other things, and we haven't started EMDR. So next session, EMDR for real, which I'm excited about. A little bit scared. I think I've got a lot of hopes that it's gonna cure me, and that I'm not gonna feel so invalid all the time. Yeah, that I'll be able. I don't know. I've got these hopes that it's gonna be a magic switch, and now that I'm gonna be confident and never be sad ever again. Oh, well, not for the things that I'm sad anyway. And I'm pretty sure that's not the right way to approach it. But I know that deep down it's how I feel. So yeah, I hope it's gonna work, but also hope that I make it work, and then I'm able to apply whatever it is that it's gonna do in the future. Yeah, a lot of question marks, a lot of unknown coming up with this, but it's, yeah, there's part of me that's like, yeah, there's these big hopes that, oh my god, I'm going to be normal, I'm going to be confident, like I'm going to be the person I've been wanting to be for a long time. And then there's also this part of me that goes, it's not a magic switch, and I'm gonna be like I am for the rest of my life, which is not a pleasant thought. No, I mean, I'm happy with who I am. I think I'm a good person, but the feeling, the love I'm able to show myself or not is yeah, that's something I'd like to change for the better. But yeah, I don't know if it's gonna work. And so we did that therapy, and I feel good after therapy. And then Wednesday, Thursday, I had a friend that was visiting for 2 days, and arrived on Wednesday morning. We met 8 years ago. They went back to France. Now they are in Sydney. And I said I would be honest in the podcast one night. She's a very attractive woman. And I know, even though she's a friend and I just wanted to act as a friend, so I know that deep inside of me there was a part that was like, oh, maybe something is going to happen. And I hate being like that, because I'm not being friendly to my friend because I want something to happen. It's my insecurities that go. I think that I coming up and being like, oh, maybe something will happen. That way, when it doesn't, because we're friends, this schema of me can be like, see, told you you're not good enough. Your friends don't like you. Which is silly. I've tried to stay very patient with myself in these 2 days and not saying things. I think in the past I would have done and said a lot of things that would have tried to manipulate her into something happening. And I believe I didn't this time, which is progress. I know it seems like the normal thing to do, and I know it is, but to my brain sometimes it's like, ugh, I, my brain wants to sabotage myself so strongly that I do things that I'm not supposed to do just to prove me I'm wrong. So I'm glad I didn't. But there was still a part of me that was like, see, you're too shit, nothing's gonna happen, she's not interested. And if she's not, then who will? And stuff like that. Just a rabbit hole. Which is, yeah, silly to think like that. But all I can do is be patient with myself and acknowledge that it's not me as a human, but it's my schema and it's things that I can't control. The only thing I can control is my actions, and I acted as a friend, and I didn't. I don't know. I wasn't. I don't know. I didn't try anything or whatever. I don't know. It's so hard to talk about. It's so hard to explain that. Basically, I know that I behaved normally, but I'm also grateful I did, because part of me didn't want to behave normally, and I'm ashamed of it. I'm ashamed of this. I'm ashamed that I've got friends and they come, and because they're cool and attractive, I go, oh, something what happened. I feel like I'm breaking the trust I have in me as a friend, and yeah, should I be happy that I didn't act on it? I can't control my thoughts, so I can't control what pops up in my mind. Like I said, the only thing I can control are my actions. So yeah, but imagine this. I can't. It's just so annoying that I've got these schemas that make me think like this. Yeah. But on the other hand, I'm grateful I've learned about it, and that I'm not letting it get to me too much. Or I'm trying not to believe it. I'm actively trying not to believe that schema. So yeah, but it's hard. Constant fight. While we were hanging out, she was saying how she's starting to see someone, and that they didn't want to be together, but turns out they really got along, or something like that. And basically, everything seems to be on the right path, which is great news. But all I can think while I was listening to this conversation was, oh, must be nice. This has never happened to me. No one's like me this way, etc., etc. And so basically, there was another friend. She was saying she sort of started seeing someone as well, and I was just like, here we go. Everybody's moving on. Yeah, I'm still at the same point, and it put me down a lot. Imagine this, that your friend's happiness are putting you down. This is what I gotta live with most of the time. And yeah, I'm ashamed and embarrassed that I think that way, but I can't. Again, the only thing I can control are my actions. This is what I'm going to try to keep telling me. Yeah, I hope that doesn't make me a bad person to have these thoughts. Hard one. So basically, I was a bit down for Wednesday and Thursday, despite my friend being here, because it reminded me of what I don't have. So my sense of self-worth was pretty low, even though we had a great time. Good quality time with friends. I saw friends that I had not seen in like 9 months because they caught up with her, and because we were together for those 2 days, I saw them as well. I was like, great, that's awesome. But yeah, hard one. I don't really know how to navigate these. And then, yeah, that was Thursday. On Friday, I took a day for myself. Pretty much, I was meant to work in the morning, in the afternoon, and possibly in the evening, and I didn't neither. I think because I was feeling down and I just wanted to show up for myself, so I did a bit of self-care, meal prep, cleaning. Yeah, didn't put any strain on me. The one thing I did though, mentally and anyway, so I'm grateful I was able to feel that I needed that. Although it had put a little bit of financial pressure because I didn't work, so I probably missed out on $300 that would be welcome right now. But yeah, look, I did a workout, the CrossFit Open I've started. I I had a decent performance, I thought. I mean, all things considered, and considering where my fitness is at the moment, it's was the best I could do. I don't think I could have done much better, so I'm happy with that. I think my score, which originally I thought was quite all right, I don't think it's gonna be as all right as I thought, but that's okay. Like, I mean, I've been injured for the last 3 months and my shoulder as well for the past year and a half, so can't have it all. I'm just happy with the effort I've put in. I've sort of taken charge as well, looking after everyone that's doing the open at the gym, and I feel empowered doing this. That's a good feeling too. Yeah, Saturday. What happened Saturday? Saturday, a bit of a sleep in. Went to work, and then I had a concert to go to. But before that, there was a thing organized with my gym. So I went to the thing organized with my gym first for like a couple of hours, and I don't know why, but I felt so out of place, which is silly. I'm the coach that coaches the most, but it felt like as I was observing everyone that would come in, I saw a lot of people going to sort of like each other. So Bill would go to a group and Jane would go to a different group, and everybody was going forward to someone, and I didn't feel like anyone was like made their way to me like they would to other people. It just made me feel like, oh, what is wrong? Yeah, what is wrong with me? Nobody likes me. That old chestnut. And yeah, it got to me pretty hard. I'm not 100% sure why. Yeah. Eventually, I started talking to people and I felt a little bit better. But somehow, I felt out of place, which was strange. I hate when I've got this feeling. Yeah, I don't know if I was fragile from the therapy and the thoughts that I had with my friend, or maybe that's why. But yeah, not great. I left after a couple of hours and went to that concert where I was on my own. But then a couple of friends did message me asking where I was. A couple of friends that were going to the concert messaged me, be like, "Where are you? I'm here." And "Where are you? I'll be there in 2 hours or whatever." So that was quite nice. I ran into one of my ex, that the girl that somehow I'm still not dreaming of. That somehow still makes me feel as a failure when I see her, because she's not interested in me, even though she has. Look, the only good, I saw her, we said hi, and how do I articulate that? It's not that I think about her all the time or every day or whatever. It's just that every now and then she's a reminder that I'm single and that I've been with no one since her. So it's not like I want to be back with her. It's just that it's a reminder that I'm alone, and it's making me feel not worthy. She's not doing anything wrong. I'm not entertaining anything, but somehow it always, if I reflect on my life and when I go, oh, are you happy, etc., and I'm go, mostly I still feel very lonely. I still wish I was in a serious relationship, and basically her face comes to mind whenever I say that. And yeah, that's it's a bit of a burden, but basically I didn't again try anything, etc., but there was a part of me that was like, oh, see, she said hi, but that's all. She's not interesting of hanging out or whatever, and I'm a failure and I'm not interesting and I'm not good enough and I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough. So that was like, yeah, that lasted a little while during the concert, because of like the gathering with the gym people first, and then this at the concert. But then all my friends arrived, and we had a good time. Everything just went away. A few drinks that helped, obviously. The concert was good. We all walked back home. So we all walked back to the city. I went home, and Sunday was a little bit hangover. Had to work, but after work, I took some time for myself. Stayed a couple of hours on the beach, watched the sunset. Good for the soul. I knew that I was feeling down because of I was being hangover, so that's alright. I wasn't being like, funnily enough, I didn't feel like a piece of shit. So yeah, that's a nice feeling for once, because the 4 days before that were a little bit, was starting to take their toll on me, my mental health. Yeah. Yeah, went to bed early. And then today, just went to the gym this morning. Today's Monday. To the gym this morning. This was public holiday here, so I worked at the restaurant. Was busy, time flew. Had good love behind the bar with the colleagues. Came home, chilled, meal prep. Always meal prepping. And yeah, now recording the podcast. I didn't do as much as I wanted tonight, but it's okay. I'll do more tomorrow. I didn't want to record this podcast at like 10 p.m, so I just didn't do everything that I had to. But that's alright. Just gotta be kind with myself and be patient with myself tomorrow, and try to fit everything in. And if it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. That's all good. So yeah, despite some good individual moments. I got to see my friend I had not seen in a while. I competed with no pain in my body. I went to a concert which I had not been to since New Year's Day, I think. Pretty sure. Despite those individual things that I know are good, I feel like my overall feeling about last week is probably a negative one. So I'm going to try to remember this as these individual moments. Hanging out with my friend, who actually, like this friend, she was supposed to come for a week in WA, and she stayed an extra 2 days to be able to catch up with me and other friends. So I'm grateful. That means they did want to see me. So yeah, I need to think of it like this, and they made an effort to see me and hang out, etc. So yeah. And I need to remember that I did the best I could in the Open, and I need to remember that the concert I went to see, that I'm grateful that I get to see those artists where I live. Quite simply, if I manage to focus on these things, that would be better. The week looks a lot better looking from this angle, so let's try to remember that instead. Yeah, that's it. That's the 8 days. So an overall feeling of not feeling great, but reflection and gratitude is helping feeling better about it. We'll end on this. As always, thank you for watching and tuning in. I've been doing this for over 4 months now, and yeah, it's clearly helpful. So I hope I can keep going for another wee while. If I get to 6 months, I'll officially go public with this. Not that I'm expecting 1 million views, but who knows? Maybe some people will see value in it, and maybe you might pretended? I don't know. My pretend audience, maybe you won't be pretend anymore. Maybe I'll have an actual audience. Who knows? At the end of the day, I'm doing this for me and it's helping me. So yeah, as I always say, I'm doing this for me, but I hope it can help you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. Ciao, ciao.